Hello, this is a short review video on Carinthia Tropen sleeping bag, and I have two versions of the same sleeping bag. This one is made by Carinthia and the one inside the compressor sack is made by Fesca, and it's the Dutch Army surplus model. They are pretty much the same sleeping bag, but there is some differences, and we'll get to those later on. Now if you get the Carinthia version, you will get this nifty and handy compression sack, and as you can see there is enough compression straps to compress this tightly. And of course, if you're getting the Dutch Army surplus version, you probably don't get any kind of compression sack, so keep that in mind. Now, the most important thing about any sleeping bag, and that is the weight. The Carinthia version weighs 1,388 grams with the compression sack, and the compression sack itself weighs 142 grams. And that means that the sleeping bag itself weighs approximately 1,250 grams, so it's relatively light. The Dutch Army model weighs 1,360 grams without any compression sack, so there is about 110 grams difference between the Fesco version and the Carinthia version. By the way, there is two versions of actually two sizes of the sleeping bag. There is the version of 200, that is this one, and there is the version of 185. That means those numbers mean the maximum length of the user. So if you are 185 or shorter, you should get the shorter version. That means that you will save some weight, and of course they are a little bit shorter. Now the 200 version is 235 centimeters long, shoulder width is something like 87 centimeters, and the foot end is 65 centimeters. So it's relatively large sleeping bag, but it's military sleeping bag, so if you are watching this video, you just have to live with it. This is 100% synthetic. The filling itself is G-loft material, and the inside and outside is made out of 100% polyamide microfiber called as shell trans. It is supposed to be breathable material, and to some extent it is that. Now let's get to the details of the sleeping bag. There is these nice little hooks or loops inside the sleeping bag, and these are so that you can tie down your liner pack if you're using any, so the liner pack doesn't move when you are getting inside and outside of the sleeping bag. And we have very nice plastic zipper here that is relatively non-snagging, as you can see, and there is two locks, and there are two pulleys on both sides on the first lock, and on the second lock you only have pulleys from in the outside. Now this sleeping bag here is now upside down because the most important details are on the inside, and the most important detail about this sleeping bag is right here, that is the mosquito net. And how this works, we have this little flap that is locked in place with these pop locks, and this is now the mosquito net. And how this works, we have these little zippers here that has pulleys inside and outside, so it's easily operatable if you turn this upside down or you want to access this from inside or outside, and it's that simple. Couple of seconds and you have a mosquito net, and a couple of seconds, well, the mosquito net is off. And quite easy to secure it in place, so that's it. Now there is two pull cords to tighten the opening, one for the hood and one for the, well, this part here. And this is not a stretchy material, this is just normal shoelace kind of material. And this is machine washable sleeping bag, and you can easily wash this inside or in your domestic washing machine. I've done it a couple of times and I haven't noticed any difference in the insulation. Here we have the two sleeping bags side to side. As you can see, they look pretty much the same. The main difference, of course, is the color. This is more like light green or foliage green, and the Carinthia is, well, I would say it's olive green or light brown. There is two colors available for the Carinthia model, that is this olive green, and then there is the sand version. If you are going desert camping or such environments, of course the sand is then a good option. There is some other little differences. The pull cords on the Carinthia are flat, almost like shoelace material, whereas in the Dutch Army version they are round. I would say that the closest material I can think of is paracord. And of course the material itself is a little bit different. I would say that this is more softer, more nice to the skin. This is a little bit, I would say, more rougher surface. So let's say if you are not using a liner bag, this is more comfortable. Also in the Dutch Army version, inside and outside lining material is more breathable. You can easily breathe or blow air through on both sides, but in the Carinthia version the outside material is more breathable, meaning that you can easily blow air through it, and the inside material is, well, I would say it's relatively windproof, and that is one reason why I have this upside down. So when I go camping, I have the more, or let's say more windproof material outside, so it's, I would say it's warmer that way. Otherwise, the biggest difference in the two sleeping bag is that this costs about 30 to 35 euros depending where you get it, but the Carinthia Tropen costs about 135 euros, and that's a 100 euro difference, and that's about it. I hope you like my review.